Hello, welcome, and good morning to Selfcare Sunday. My name is Tina Stinson, for those of you who are new here, and I come here live every Sunday and give you a little deep level self-care tip. And I always hope that you come away with an action step that you can take and move forward into your week. And so today I am pre-recording this, and it is quite early right now. It's the crack of dawn, really. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have to drop my car off for service today. I'm getting new brakes. How exciting. Who else feels that way about your car? Like, it's never really exciting to get something done to your car, like maintenance wise. So like me and my friends, we have this agreement that when we put new tires on our car, we say things like, "Oh my God, your car looks so freaking hot right now. You got new tires." I love that. Those are the most beautiful tires. They look so good on you. Like, just because it's no fun getting new tires, right? So I'm getting new brakes today, and I'm getting the air lines blown out, and I'm just gonna feel so good after I get done. I'm gonna try to feel good about it. I mean, I love my car, so. So anyway, I'm up at the crack of dawn, and I was giving some thought to Self-Care Sunday, because I don't really work on Sundays, and I feel like I have to do this live on Self-Care Sunday because Self-Care Sunday is so important to me. But I thought of either doing it a different day to honor my days off, because this is what I teach people to do, right? Is to honor their time off and the time for themselves, or to pre-record it. So a lot of people that watch the Self-Care Sunday don't watch it live. They watch the recordings, and I think a lot of people watch it when I email it to them. So they don't watch it until I email the link to them. And I put it on YouTube, so a lot of people watch it on YouTube. And so I feel like going live isn't as important, because very rarely do I get people that show up live. And it's probably because I don't give you guys enough notice, because I never know when I'm going to actually do it. I try to do it at 10 o'clock every Sunday, but I never know if that's going to work out, because it's my day off and I don't want to commit to anything, right? So I'm feeling like I might always pre-record this. As I'm doing it now, I'm like, this is actually a brilliant idea. I could pre-record it, still give the value. But I also thought about doing it midweek, like on a Wednesday, to go into the weekend with, but I'm just not sure yet. So I might be pre-recording this. I don't think anybody will mind, but if you really do, you can let me know. There is some value to live video, but most of the value lies in people showing up and being able to talk to them. But I want you guys to know that I'm always open for questions and communication with you. So if you do have any questions, you're free to post something below the video, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. I also would like to start posting these to Instagram. So that would serve me in that same way, where I could like serve those clients over on Instagram also with the same message without having to do 2 videos. So I'm thinking this might be really the new thing that I do. So moving forward, I might do that, just so you guys know. But there will always be a live training. Well, I don't know if I want to call it live, video training every week. Okay. So this week I call the video training Treat Yourself. And this kind of stems from a couple of different things. It stems from last week's podcast, which was how to stop judging and start loving yourself more. So if you haven't listened to that podcast, I encourage you to go listen to it. I could put the link below again if needed. And it also stems from the book I was reading and just finished, which was Stress Less, Accomplish More, in the book club. And so both of these things talked about like negative self-talk and how you talk to yourself and how you show up for yourself. And so I'm going to put this in the category of self-love, which is one of the topics that I cover in the Aligned and Worthy Bootcamp, which is the online course that I talk about all the time. It's my main offering, so to speak, when it comes to group programs or online courses. And I have a lot of love and care put into that program. I have 11 different deep level self-care practices in there, and one of them is self-love. And I continuously add to this program every year. And so I've already decided to add 2 finding the distressors in your life and dealing with hard feelings and letting them process through your body. So I've already decided to add to that lesson. So I might be adding this to the self-love lesson. So I wanted to like share it with you guys so that you can have this action step to move forward, and you can tell me what you think about it, because I have a feeling that some people might be a little like weary of it. So I call it treat yourself because it starts out all about treating yourself as well as you treat others, okay? And a lot of us, especially women, not just women, I know men do this too. There's some men that do this too, but women are more prone to it because it's almost an expectation in society for women to care for everybody. So women are definitely more prone to caring for everybody else and being kind to everyone else. And some women, and leaving not a lot left for yourself, not a lot left to take care of yourself. But some women even have a lot of negative self-talk. And this kind of can show up as things like, oh, I'm not good at math, or oh, I'm so bad at directions, and oh, I look so fat in that outfit, and oh, I can't wear leggings anymore because they show every nook and cranny on my body, and oh, my hair is so gray and I look so old, or oh, I look at all the wrinkles that I have, and just like these little subconscious things that we say to ourselves all day long, God knows how many times. And one of the things that we all know, I mean, we don't think about it too much, but we all know is that words have power. And when whatever we speak comes into fruition. So when I say I am, I'm telling my experience what to create. Okay. So if I say, I am not good at math, I am not good at math, then that's what's going to be reflected back at me. So whatever you put out there is what's going to be reflected back to you. So having positive self-talk and loving yourself deeply is very important, and it's a very big step in self-care and your worthiness and feeling like you're enough, and having that feeling of enoughness, having that feeling that you're worthy of everything you desire, because you are. Absolutely, you were born that way. So think of yourself as an infant, or just think of some other infant that's not yourself. Some people have such a hard time thinking of themselves as a worthy being that deserves everything. It's really difficult for them. So think of somebody else's infant, or maybe your child, and how much you think that child deserves. Okay, you're not going to say, oh, they don't deserve that. That's a little too much. We're not going to ask for that. No, we want to give that child, that baby, everything. We want to support them in every way. We do everything for our children, right? And if you don't have children, you could look at your significant other, your spouse, your parents, your best friends. It's the same thing. We want the best for everybody in our life. We want to give them the best. We want to offer them the best. And so what this is about, this treat yourself, Selfcare Sunday, is about treating yourself the same way you would treat your loved ones and the people around you, your children, a baby, okay? What do they deserve? They deserve the very, very best. And so a really fun way to do this is to, I want you to journal out. So I'm always telling you to journal out. And if there's one thing I can get you to do on these self-care recordings, is to start journaling, so that you really work through a lot when you journal out things and write things out. And if you're worried about someone reading your journal, just throw it out when you're done. It's not like you're going to reread it. I mean, some people do reread their journals. I very rarely reread my journals, but sometimes I take a sneak back when I finish a notebook. I use notebooks. So when I finish a notebook, sometimes before I start a new one, I like glaze over it. And it's really fun to like see some of the things I've achieved and some of the things I've worked through. But as of reading through everything word for word, you're probably not going to do it. So you could throw it out. You could throw it in the fireplace. If you're going to burn it, just do it safely. Don't like light your house on fire. But you can get rid of it if you're really that worried about somebody reading your deepest thoughts, which I understand. I've had many a man, a partner, husband, ex-husband, I should say, and boyfriends read my journal. I have. And that is like, to me, it's like, that's the goodbye. Goodbye. I'll see you later. That's like, I don't know. That's not forgivable to me. That's very personal. So anyway, moving forward. So a fun way to do this is to pretend you're going to have a visitor. So So like, for instance, I would pretend my kids are coming to visit. My kids are coming to visit me. All my kids are grown. They live far away. So when they visit, it's a big deal. It's very important to me and I want to make it special for them. And so what am I going to do? How am I going to show up? How am I going to show up for them? So I always clean. I make everything really clean and comfortable and cozy in the house. I want them to be comfortable. I plan out my meals, usually. Not all of them. Sometimes I overplan and buy too much. But I want to make nice meals. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like they're at home. And so that's really important to me. I keep things really tidy. I get organized and declutter. And actually, my son's coming to visit later on today, and I don't have to declutter because I just did that book, A Happy Home, which is a feng shui book. And I did a lot of decluttering. My house is so freaking decluttered, and I'm feeling very zen in my home right now. I'm loving it. So I really don't have much to do, which feels so freaking good. I don't have to like do all this stuff. Fresh flowers is something I do. I actually do this for myself already, but I like putting fresh flowers in the house. I like to plan nice, fun activities. So I look ahead into the future. They're going to be here for this many days. What can we do? How can we have fun? Sometimes I might even give them gifts. I might have something for them. I always have compliments, and I always try to tell my kids how appreciated they are and how great I think they're doing, how proud I am of them, right? So I do that all the time. I try to do things that they're going to enjoy, okay? So I try to think of what they would enjoy and how can I do things that they would enjoy. And then I make sure that they are comfortable and they can get a good rest when they're here. And I try not to keep them too busy and like to have some downtime where we can chill. We can, just rest, because coming to where I live is very restful. It's a very healing place. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's country. It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful space. And so I know that that's something that they crave when they come here is rest. So I try not to keep them too busy. So let's look at all those things. Now, just write out what you would do, because everybody's different, right? Or what do you do for your friends? How do you talk to your friends? Okay. And then I want you to like plan a day to do this for yourself. Okay. What would it be like if we treated ourselves like this all the time? What would that feel like? Like if we really took ourselves into this consideration every single day of our lives. And you might be saying things like, sorry, these are my notes. I don't want to miss any. I don't want to skip anything. So you might be saying, though, that sounds ridiculous. That sounds so selfish. But I want you to really contemplate what this does for you. So when you start taking care of yourself and you apply some deep level self-care like this, what does that do for you? So this helps give you space to rest. This helps you feel good about yourself. This helps you feel loved. This helps you feel worthy. That's what this exercise is about, feeling worthy and loved and supported. And the first place that we get that is from ourselves. And when we put that effort into ourselves, we show up in the world as a different type of person. We show up rested, we show up happy, we show up secure, we show up supported. And when we show up that way for our loved ones, for our family, for our job, for everything, we're giving a gift to the people that are around us. We're making their lives easier. We're adding light to their life. We're adding joy to their life by being that in ourselves. So when you support yourself, it is not selfish. You're taking care of yourself so you can put your best self out into the world. And that in turn has a ripple effect on everything around you. So I struggle to get this point through to a lot of women. It's hard when you've been programmed. A lot of us have been programmed from like birth to like give. And some women wear it as a badge of honor to be selfless all the time. And you can't be selfless all the time without burning out. You can't be selfless all the time without experience some kind of dis-ease in your body. Okay, you have to take care of yourself at some point or you're going to burn out. This is what happened to me when I was 39 and I had the stroke. This is why I got into learning how to take care of myself. And what I want to really communicate with you and the rest of the world is that you don't need to do this to yourself, and that you can have a beautiful, wonderful life full of abundance and joy and love without giving so much of yourself to the point of exhaustion and burnout and overwhelm. Okay, you can have all that stuff without the overwhelm. So it's not selfish. It helps you connect with people. It just makes you support them as you support yourself. So I'm encouraging you to start thinking about this. And now there's a couple ways you could do this. You could put aside a day, and I do this a lot. I call it my goddess day. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before, where I just have a day where I do everything that I want, everything I love. And if that includes making a cooking video for one of my Facebook groups, I'll do that. That might be considered work, but I really like doing the cooking videos. So sometimes I do that. I usually make good food for myself. I usually do yoga. Sometimes I do like spa type shit. Like I do my nails, I do my toenails. I always do my nails and my manicure and pedicure myself. I like doing that. Take a bath. I like, there's so many things I read. I do my classes. I just chill. I just do what I want. Sometimes I go in the garden. Sometimes I do nothing. Sometimes I just do nothing but like eat food and watch TV. So it's just whatever you're feeling, whatever you want to give yourself. Now, not everybody has that freedom. Now, I understand that. I didn't have that freedom until this point in my life. I'm older now and I don't have kids at home. And so if you don't have that freedom, adding it in here and there to your life is another way you could do it. Like you could buy yourself fresh flowers and put them out. And that just doesn't bring happiness and joy to your life, but the people around you too. You could plan a really nice meal for yourself. If there is a point where you're going to be by yourself, everybody's out, maybe your significant other is away, make yourself a nice dinner. Take out the good china. Use the cloth napkin. I use my china and my cloth napkins all the time. Well, I don't know what the fuck I would be saving them for. Just use them all the time. It's not that freaking special. And if you have grandma's china, grandma's going to want you to use it. Plus, I never have like these big dinner parties, these big family gatherings. So I'm not going to use it. There's no special occasions coming up. My family doesn't really celebrate the holidays. So when am I going to use the special china? So I just use it every day. I use cloth napkins every day. I try to make my meals special when I sit down. I don't do this all the time because sometimes I'm busy too, but when I have the chance to sit down and light a candle, sometimes I'll put some nice music on and I'm going to make a nice meal for myself. I try to really embrace it and enjoy it and make it special for myself. And the only reason I'm doing that is to make myself feel good. I create the environment in my house for myself. How can I make the environment that surrounds me more beautiful, more comfortable to my eye, to my comfort? And so I want to encourage you to start treating yourself like the company that's visiting. How can I add fun things into my life? So if you're starting your week out and you're going to be busy, if you don't plan out something fun, if you don't plan on doing something for yourself, it's probably not going to happen, right? Let's be honest. It's not going to happen. So planning that out ahead of time, like saying, okay, on Wednesday, I am going to plan a dinner with my girlfriend. I'm going to go out with her. We're going to have fun. I'm going to reconnect with her. Maybe on Sunday, I'm going to do something with the kids, or maybe Tuesday night, I want to do a yoga class, and just plan it, put it on your schedule and do it for yourself. Saturday, I'm going to get a manicure and a pedicure and a massage, whatever you're going to do. So plan these things out ahead of time. Do it. Treat yourself like you're the company that's visiting, and treat yourself the way you would treat other people. And in turn, I want you to also pay attention to your self-talk. So all that requires you to do, and there's a fun way to do this too. All that requires you to do is to notice, and this might take some time because this is something that goes on very subconsciously with most people, but take the time. I used to always say I'm terrible with directions. I get lost all the time. If I don't have a GPS or at my phone, I'm not going to get anywhere. But I continuously said that. I just used it as an excuse not to pay attention, because basically that's what was happening. I just didn't pay attention. I'm always looking at everything. I'm not paying attention to where I am or my surroundings. And so I decided that I am good at directions, and I'm going to start paying attention to where I am and noticing where I am. And so I changed that. That's that's what's true for me now, and you can change that about yourself. So any negative self-talk, call it out. So as soon as you notice it, like you say something like you get dressed in the morning, you walk into the, or you look at in the mirror when you first wake up and you're like, oh man, you look haggard. Change it right then and there. Say, okay, um, I don't, I might not how I like how I look when I first wake up in the morning, but I'm beautiful. I love myself. Have a great day. Like say something positive to yourself after that, like erase, or I usually say out loud, I go erase, erase, erase. And then I just say something positive. I just make something positive up. And you can really get rid of the negative self-talk. Another thing that people do is they name it. They name their negative self-talk a person, So mine is Debbie Downer. So whenever Debbie Downer shows up and tells me something I don't like, I'm like, okay, thanks Debbie Downer for your input, or thanks for trying to protect me, so sometimes your ego pops up and tells you you can't do something to protect, you're trying to protect yourself and keep yourself safe. So you could say, okay, thanks Debbie Downer. I appreciate your protection. I appreciate your input, but this is what I choose to believe. And then you just change the remark. And this is just about reprogramming. And so the first step to reprogramming that negative self-talk, like I'm too fat, I'm too this, I'm too that, is to erase it, acknowledge it, pay attention, and then reverse it. Erase, reverse. Okay, acknowledge, erase, reverse. Okay, so this is 2 action steps this week. So the first one is to treat yourself. Start treating yourself the way you deserve. We teach people how to treat us. So how great would it be that everybody treated you this way all the time? Because the only way that that's going to happen is if you treat yourself that way. People see how you treat yourself, and they're going to reflect that back at you. If you're willing to put up with a whole bunch of shit, then they know that, and they're going to give you a whole bunch of shit. It's not because they're bad people or because they dislike you or they don't love you. It's because it's human nature, and that's just the way it works. So they're not bad people. So we teach people how to treat us. So treat yourself this week. Okay, treat yourself, and then start doing it on a regular basis. And then action step number 2 is to start reprogramming that negative self-talk. Okay, now all of these deep level self-care practices are in the program, the Aligned and Worthy Bootcamp. And I always share that link with you. You could sign up for that program anytime, all year round. We have monthly coaching. I'm just finishing up weekly coaching. I'm switching it to monthly so that when you buy this course, you have lifetime access to it and you have monthly support all the time. So you always have support getting through these deep level self-care practices. So I will put that link, but I also want to share with you that I just created a free self-care masterclass to get you started on adding self-care into your life. And this is, I had some feedback for the last masterclass that I made, which was, it's a 2-day masterclass. So it's a little more intensive, and I offered that free for a while, and now it's not free anymore. It's a paid masterclass because it's pretty intense. But this free one, I shortened it. It's somewhat similar, but I shortened it and made it like easier to digest. So it's just an hour. It's a 1-day masterclass. When you opt in for it, you get it instantaneously, and you will have a link for it in your email. So you don't have to watch it right away. There's no I don't know, when I sign up for masterclasses, sometimes they're like, okay, it starts in 15 minutes. And I was like, I don't want to do it right now. I'm busy. So I sign up for masterclasses all the time. I love them. That's why I create them. I want to share them with you, but I want to make it easy for you to digest. So you'll get a link, you'll get an email, you'll get instant access to it, but you'll also get an email with the link, and you can consume it whenever you want. And you can also keep watching it over and over again. And this one's always going to be free. So you could just watch it as much as you want. And I did not include a workbook in this one. I just wanted to make it like easy as possible for you to do it, but I do require you to have a pen and paper during the masterclass. It's really easy work, and it's a great way to get started. If you really are just getting started with self-care, it's a wonderful way to get started, and I'll put the link to that below. You should definitely do it. It's just, I I think it's super easy it's an easy way for you to get started. So that is all for today. Remember the 2 action steps: treat yourself and reprogram your negative self-talk. Oh, I'm going to make 3 and sign up for the free masterclass. Do the free masterclass. Okay. I love you and I will see you next week. Bye.